In sport, it has absolutely affected me. I've had competitions in extreme heat waves. Of course, that is physiologically challenging for our bodies to compete in that environment. It's also mentally incredibly challenging. But also in pole vault, I use a sticky grip on my hands, and that can break down in hot weather. So there's a lot of things that I need to consider if we are looking at competing in an extreme heat wave.
In 2023, I was competing at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, and that entire week of the championships was affected by a quite severe heat wave, which is made much more likely by climate change. And yeah, in one of my events, I actually suffered from heat stroke as a result. Despite my preparations, the conditions got the better of me.
I think athletics is actually one of those occupations that is being affected a lot by climate change through schedule changes because it's too hot for an event, but also just in the last couple of years for U.S. athletes during Olympic trials in 2021, it was 116 degrees outside and 140 something degrees on the track, just conditions where you're not going to be competing at your best, but your whole livelihood is riding on that.
A better world to me means a world where everyone has the same opportunities, where equality is in the everyday, and it also means a happier world.
For me, a better world means reaching the highest level possible of well-being through dialogue and sense of belonging and consciousness of its own role in society. I think also that education is really important in this process.
I would say a better world means to me one where we truly deeply understand our connection with nature, how we are nature and nature is us, and we depend on it for everything that we have. And I guess what I mean by that is I hope to see a world where we build our society on that understanding.
I think sport can help us get to a better world because sport has such incredible reach across political divides. So by setting an example of how to thrive and how to create thriving communities, sport could be a really powerful force for good.
I think sport is a great teacher because through sport we can learn some of the most important values in life, to be responsible and to be the best version of ourselves each day to reach our highest potential.
Sports has the visibility. It also can show fairness. It can show how we can grow together. So especially nowadays with the social media and the platforms that athletes have and the impact they can have on younger adults and also on children.
Really what I'd suggest is look close by, look in your community, whether it's at a school or in your sporting club. Those are places where I started looking around to be involved in trying to make my part of the world better.
I think the best thing that we can do to be champions for a better world is to talk about it and talk about what's happening, how it's impacting us, and what we can do to make a difference.
It's in the small things. We don't have to go and look to change the world by ourselves. It's just educating each other, educating the people that are around us, being curious.
Everybody becoming a champion for a better world means aiming to improve ourselves and think like a champion.
I think it's important to start with where you live and where you work. So get involved in your community. It doesn't have to be politics. It could be gardening. It could be something as simple as just talking to your neighbors. That stuff really makes a difference. And then get involved in your workplace, bringing green initiatives, talking to coworkers and organizing. And if enough of us all do that, things will get better, whether people at the top want them to or not.